I would say my most challenging obstacles that I've faced has been my battle with breast cancer.
I cannot spend a lot of time with the kids when they were younger.
Overcoming language barrier, learning a whole new culture.
I had a very strict upbringing, and my family life was full of domestic violence.
In 2016, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. My experience was fatigue, hair loss. I remember times when I honestly felt sorry for myself. You know, I think even the strongest person feel, why me? In those instances, I felt the weakest. I remember specifically a time my daughter, I would take her to work out, right? She came to the bedroom door and said, come on, let's go work out. I was so tired, I didn't feel like getting up. I was in the bed 3 days, and she said, Mommy, you're being lazy. And just hearing her say that, she was young, she didn't understand. I knew she didn't understand it was a sickness, she just saw me as weak.
I grew up in South America. I was born in China, and then from Chile, we came to New York City. I'm an immigrant, I'm a child of immigrants. I came to New York not speaking one word of English. When I first came to New York City, I was in a bilingual class, so there were a lot of people judging us. My class was probably about 24 people. They were all from all Latin America. We all spoke Spanish, and they actually treated us like we were from special ed. People didn't treat us equally. The principals didn't treat our parents the same as they would treat other people's parents. It was just not letting that get to me while trying to achieve and learn English.
I always wanted to be a police officer, and probably a part of that would be that when neighbors would call 911 and the police would come over, my parents would behave. So even though domestic violence laws back then, officers really couldn't do much, not like today. For the most part, when they came for the rest of the night, I knew that there would be no more fighting. So I wasn't allowed to voice that I wanted to be a police officer. My father would tell me that that is not a profession for a woman. He would say that I was to get married and my husband could decide if I would be able to go to college or not. One day, I came home from school and I found all of our things packed, and I was told that we were leaving to Jordan. My father would not allow us to go outside. He would not let us handle any money. My father eventually needed to come back to the States to work, and that's when my mother and I made a plan to get out of Jordan. And we made our way to Kalendia refugee camp, which is in the West Bank, Palestine. It's where both my parents grew up. And I lived there for another 2 years, and we managed to save just enough money for plane tickets to come back to the US.
When my kids were young, I always have to rely on my parents to pick them up and then take them home. So I rely on my family. Sometimes that they had a school trip, and when the kids said that, why can't you come to my school function? You just cannot go because you just don't have the time. Then you cannot take a day off. You have to make sure that you finish everything that you in your work hour, because that was really the hard part that I have to face.
Well, being a mom and a police officer, to overcome my challenge, it took a lot of inner strength. It took a lot of persistence, a lot of resilience.
A lot of tears, sweat, sleepless nights.
My advice to young women aspiring to reach their goals would be to envision yourself at the point that you want to be. Then every day, you need to do something that's going to get you closer to that goal.
Don't ever let anybody silence your own voice. Hear yourself inside you and listen to your own voice. You're the only one that can stop you, and you're the only one that can motivate you to move on.
Believe in yourself, and you had to reach your goal and also take care of all the obstacles that you faced.
There's no elevator to success, whether it's success in finances, success health-wise, success in your career. You have to take the stairs. There's no elevator. So some days will be good, some days will be bad, but just keep climbing till you get where you need to be.